After getting mauled by the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football, the Jacksonville Jaguars have now lost 8 of their last 9 regular season games dating back to last season, and they have an 0-3 record through the first 3 weeks of 2024. And in week 3, they got obliterated by the Buffalo Bills in a primetime matchup, losing by a whopping score of 47-10 in what was an embarrassing effort for the entire world to watch. The Jags were already coming into the game with a disgruntled fan base, and after suffering such a disheartening defeat, Duval Country is ready to riot. Welcome back to the Bills Bunker, everybody. I'm Jake Varco, and it's a Buffalo Bills victory Tuesday because the Buffalo Bills earned a win on Monday Night Football against the Jacksonville Jaguars by a whopping score of 47-10. That was a crazy game to be in attendance for. 34 points in the first half for Buffalo. 3 in the first half for Jacksonville. That game was over before the second quarter even ended. Crazy stuff from the Bills. Some crazy stuff from the Jags fans too. And I mean, most Jacksonville fans, I think they realize that their team's not looking too good right now. And that's why today I want to do a little something different. Instead of reading dumb comments, there will be a few reading dumb comments, but for the most part, it's reading sad comments from Jacksonville Jaguars fans. We'll start off with the dumb ones, but before we get into that, I'd like to take a moment to encourage you to click subscribe and stay tuned for more content coming away all season long. I'll be going to every single home game for the Bills throughout the rest of the season, and I'll also be going to 2 road games in the month of October, Houston and Seattle. So much great content coming from those games and right here in the studio as well. So stay tuned for all that content coming away. More reading dumb comments, they're bound to happen as well. Let's dive into this. First off, I want to show you this interview that I did with a fan outside of Highmark Stadium yesterday. Score prediction for tonight's game.
Jags own the smelly Bills. Jaguars, drum roll please, 27, Buffalo 19. Continuing the trend of we own the Bills.
That's tough. That's a tough look, honestly. You own the Bills. The Bills, Jags, 10-10 against each other all time. Sure, the Jags won the last 2 games overseas in London and then back in Jacksonville, but Josh Allen quite literally took a part of the ownership stake of the Jacksonville Jaguars last night, and he made that team his. Crazy stuff from Josh Allen. And I also have a dumb comment to show you from RainErda30 on Instagram, who says, calling it now, we go back to Buffalo in January and get the win. Okay, first of all, you're crazy. Second of all, what makes you think that your team's going to actually make the playoffs when you're in a division with the Houston Texans and you've had an 0-3 start? Third of all, what makes you think you could beat the Bills, especially in the January cold in Buffalo, in Orchard Park? You just lost 47-10 and your team's from Florida, and you're going to fly up into Buffalo in the snow and get a win? Okay, sure.
You serious?
And now we're going to move into the sad comments, and there's a lot of them. Jax Young 2 says, need that hurricane to turn east and put us all out of our misery. That's wild stuff. Honestly, you're asking for a hurricane to come hit you because of football. I think you need to reevaluate your life choices. It's a game. No need to be so serious. In the words of Stevie Johnson, why so serious? It's just a game, bro. Chill out.
Why so serious?
Sturminator says, only team in NFL history to give up an interception to someone who died 2 years ago. That's such an out-of-line comment, and it's just plain disrespectful, dude. Say what you want about Damar Hamlin, but he's currently defying the odds. And guess what? Hamlin didn't miss a beat when he picked off your quarterback on Monday Night Football. It was Hamlin's first career interception, and it was a heartwarming thing to see. Andrew King 7 says that Stevie Wonder could throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns against us right now. Honestly, you're probably right. When you have Ronald Darby playing in your secondary, 30-year-old Ronald Darby, who was drafted by the Bills back in 2015. And a lot of people forget this guy's in the league still. Yeah, you're probably cooked. And speaking of that secondary, Josh Allen mauled the Jags secondary in Week 3, completing 23 of 30 passes for 263 yards and 4 touchdowns through the air. And for good riddance, Mitch Trubisky completed his only pass attempt. That's a 100% completion rate for 3 yards. Why? Just because. The Jags couldn't stop the barrage from the Buffalo Bills offense last night, and both sides of the football for the Jaguars, both offense and defense, it was ugly. On the other hand, complete masterpiece for the Buffalo Bills. And you're probably right. If we had Stevie Wonder at quarterback, he might actually have some success out there.
You only pick on me because I'm blind.
Nate Marty says he thinks it's Maxonville time, referring to Mac Jones. Well, Mac Jones actually did have a better completion percentage than Trevor Lawrence last night, but I really don't think you want Mac Jones as your quarterback. Behind your offensive line, a statue quarterback that can't move at all like Mac Jones would get annihilated, and you'll be even worse off than you are now, which might be hard to fathom for you. Your team just paid Trevor Lawrence $275 million over the next 5 years. Honestly, if you put Mac Jones in at quarterback, sit your $275 million starter, you might as well move your team over to London full time, because I know you guys like to play a lot of games over there. Half your games are played over there anyways. And our final comment comes from John Kolomitz, who says, Panthers are no longer the worst team in the NFL. This one might be a bit of an overreaction, but Andy Dalton did just have an impressive showing in Week 3, and he actually led his team to a win, something that Trevor Lawrence hasn't done this season, and he hasn't done for quite some time, actually. The Carolina Panthers do have a better record than the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they earned a win in Week 3, while the Jags were embarrassed in Buffalo this week. But even still, despite all this, I don't think that you're even the worst cat team in the league. You're definitely not the best, though. Honestly, reading all that brought a tear to my eye. Such sad comments from the Jacksonville Jaguars fan base. It's not even reading dumb comments anymore this week. And oh, what a sad story. But you know what? I was full of joy last night watching the Buffalo Bills pounce on your Jaguars, mauling them, scratching and clawing with all they've got, and just destroying the Jaguars, sending them back to Jacksonville. And I think they're going over to London next week or soon. Either way, big win for the Buffalo Bills. Not such a big performance for the Jaguars. That's tough. If you haven't yet, I encourage you to stay tuned for more content coming your way. Click subscribe. There's going to be more reading dumb comments or sad comments, depending on who we beat, all season long, right here on the Bills Bunker. I'm Jake Varco. Like this video, and let me know what comment did you think was the saddest. Thanks for watching. Go Bills.